Now, sales growth of a stock shows an increase in sales over a period of time. So this sales growth of a stock is important to you as an investor, as it shows you if whether the products or services that the companies you are owning or you wish to own are going to be in demand even in the years to come. Meaning that if the sales growth or this number of the sales growth is increasing over time, then this means, or it just simply means, that the services or the products that the companies you are investing in or you plan to are going to be in demand even in the years to come, which is something that must motivate you then to continue investing into that stock. Now, a sales growth of 5 to 10% is considered to be good for large cap stocks, whilst a sales growth of over 10% is more achievable on small to medium cap stocks, which is something that is truly amazing. Yes, I know that sometimes even large cap stock can achieve a sales growth of over 10%, and that would be so amazing to find a mega cap, or it will be a very good sign for you to invest in these kind or on those kind of mega cap stocks that are able to achieve a sales growth of over 10%. Otherwise, the retail industry is one of the industries in South Africa that's doing quite well, and they are doing quite well against the economic constraints, which is something that is truly amazing. Otherwise, the reason why I'm saying that the retail industry is recovering is simply because of the stocks or shares that are under this retail industry, as they are performing or they are reporting some good financial results, which is why I would like to say, or it makes me want to think, that this is an industry that's doing well and we might see it continuing to do well. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this retail industry, or the reason why I want to talk about this retail industry today, is simply because I believe that there are so many good opportunities that you can find if you are to invest into this industry, because it's not only one company that's doing well, but it's majority of the companies that are in this retail industry, which is why I believe that if you are to invest, or if you have some of these stocks in your portfolio, you might see them doing well in the near future, which is why I believe if you have not, or if you don't own none of the stocks in this industry, maybe you might have to go and have a look and check if you could add one of these retail stocks in your portfolio, as they are said to do very well. Otherwise, before we go any further, please know that I'm not a professional financial advisor. All that I'll be sharing here with you are just my opinions, and if you seek professional financial advice, you already know what to do by now, and that is you need to go and consult the professionals. Otherwise, if you like the content that I'll be sharing with you on today's video, please don't forget to hit that like button and also comment and subscribe. And that's if, of course, you have not subscribed to the channel already, so that you don't miss the good content or the latest developments regarding the stocks that we follow on this channel. Otherwise, please do watch this video until the end, because I definitely think that you are going to definitely like the content that I have in store for you regarding these opportunities that we are seeing or that we are spotting on this retail industry. Otherwise, on today's video, guys, we'll be specifically looking at the 3 stocks that are found within this retail industry. Now, these stocks, 2 of them we've already discussed about them on this channel, whilst one is another bonus stock that I would want to talk to you about, just to try to give you a feel, or to just try to show you that indeed we are seeing some good improvement in terms of recovery. Otherwise, one of the stocks that we have already discussed with that falls under this retail industry was Woolworths. Now, Woolworths, you'll remember that I did a video discussing their 52-week financial results for the period which ended in June of 2021, which I must say that they were amazing, as they reported some good figures. And if, just to bring a heads up to those probably that did not watch that video, now you remember that on those results I did indicate to you that this company reported a turnover increase of around 9.1%, which just simply means that they reported a 9.1% increase from the turnover they reported in June of 2020, which is something that is truly amazing. Now, they also reported a profit before tax of around 267.3%, which is something that is truly amazing, as it means, or as it meant that the figure they reported this year in 2021 of their profit before tax was higher by 267.3% to that which they reported in June of 2020, which is something that is truly amazing and shows you the kind of recovery which we saw onto this company. Otherwise, they reported a HEPS, or a headline earnings per share, increase of around 212.5% increase when comparing to the HEPS or the headline earnings per share they reported in June of 2020, which is something that is truly amazing. Now, in summary, those were the Woolworths 52-week financial results that I discussed with you. Now, the second company that I discussed with you that falls under this retail industry was Massmart. Now, Massmart, for the interim financial results or their 6-month financial results for the period which ended in June of 2020, they reported a sales increase of around 6.1%, which just means that they reported a higher sales figure than the figure they reported in June of 2020 for their interim or their 6 months interim financials, which is something that has to show you that this company is also doing well. And this is a company that's also, you'll remember that I think I discussed some later developments regarding the fact that they'll be selling their food division to ShopriteGiant, which the money that they will generate from that deal, they are going to reduce further their debt and also invest into their other businesses, which is something that is truly amazing. Now, they also reported profit before tax increase of around 760%. It just shows you the kind of a good figure they reported for the interim financial results which ended in June of 2021. I mean, a 760% when comparing to the figure they reported last year around the same time. It's just something that is incredible and shows you the kind of growth or the kind of good news that is coming out of this company. Now, the third company in this retail industry which is also doing well is the company that goes by the name of Pepco. Now, Pepco, for their interim or for their 6 months interim financial results, they reported a revenue increase of around 8.1%, which is truly amazing. Now, they also reported a HEPS or a headline earnings per share increase of around 50.6%, which again just shows you that this company is becoming more and more profitable, meaning that they were profitable than the result they reported last year around March of 2020, which is something that is truly amazing, because you remember that their 6 months financial results were for the period ending in the 31st of March of 2021, which is something that is truly amazing. Otherwise, this company also reported an operating profit increase of around 18.1%, meaning that they reported an 18.1% increase when comparing to the profit they reported in March of 2020, which is something that is truly amazing. Otherwise, one of the good things that when I read or when I checked those interim financials that really caught my attention was when I saw that they reduced their debt by 8 billion rands, bringing now their total debt to around 6.1 billion rands, which is something that is truly amazing as it strengthens their balance sheet. Now, you remember that I always tell you that a company with a good balance sheet is perceived to perform well, which is something that is truly amazing. Otherwise, guys, one of the good things that they also reported on those interim financial results is that they opened 108 new stores, which is something that is truly amazing and also has to motivate you to stay long into this company, because this will mean that they will probably generate even more revenue as 108 new stores were open. Well, I know that some of the stores were looted, but they did indicate that they are in a process of reviving, and more of their stores, they've actually reopened them, which is something that is truly amazing. Otherwise, guys, these three companies that I just talked to you about, like I said, they are under the retail industry, and the fact that all these three companies are doing, or they reported very good in their latest financial results, it ought to show you that on average this industry is doing so well. This industry is recovering well from the economic constraints that we were facing, or our economy was facing as a country, which is something that has to motivate you, like I said, to probably go and look further for the opportunities in the companies that falls under this industry, as I believe they are doing very well. I know, yes, for a company like Pepco, you will notice that its PE ratio is a little bit above the others. It does not necessarily mean that their share is very pricey. It might also mean that investors are expecting the company to do very well, which is something that must motivate you or not to only judge it and say that because they are having a PE ratio which is a bit higher than their peers, then it means that they are overpriced or they are trading at higher prices. Otherwise, guys, like I said, I believe there is there are some good opportunities into these industries, and these three companies that I just touched base here are also a proof or a sign to say that indeed the companies in these retail industries are doing very well, and we might see them doing well even in the years to come, which is why we are seeing even their sales growth growing, which is something that has to be taken as a good sign. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.